Hey everybody, got a brand new optic to check out. So this just came in the mail as a packing slip. This right here, Arken LH4. This is the 4-16 in mils, and this one has their VPR, or their precision reticle, little Christmas tree style reticle in it. I ordered this a while ago, just got it, and I haven't even looked at it yet, right? So, real quick unboxing. I'll be fast, I promise. Right, nobody likes an unboxing video. But, want to get real first impressions of the optic sunshade. I believe this is a 44 mil objective. I'll double check here. Over here. Yeah, 4-16 by 44. So this is their cheapest scope. This is to compete with, say, like a Vortex Crossfire, like that kind of scale, or not scale, but that type of like very entry level type rifle scope. Which just with the reticle alone, this is, it already destroys the Crossfire or Crossfire 2. So right out of the box, right, everything looks really nice. Same torque specs, 18 inch-pounds on the tube. This is a 30 mil tube. It's definitely not as light as a Crossfire. It still has some weight to it. I don't know what the actual weight is on it. I'm sure I could look that up and maybe post it, or you could look it up. I don't know. It's not super lightweight, which is I'm 100% okay with, because Arken Optics does a great job of building a really robust scope. So, got our parallax. It is illuminated. It's got capped elevation and windage turrets. So let's pop those off. So this is their new toolless windage turret. Okay, so turrets don't like lock and unlock, which is I'm 100% okay with, especially if it's going to be capped. You don't need that. Nice little turrets, so you can kind of see. Right, not really any mush at all. It's definitely quieter than like their the SH4s. Those are pretty loud. It's got a good, you can hear it, and you can feel it, which I like feeling and hearing. Some scopes you can't feel them, or you can't hear them, or vice versa. Some you can't do either, right? So I like having both. Everything feels good. The mag is a little tight, but I give it a couple of good cranks on it, and then it typically loosens up pretty easy. Diopter, same deal. Obviously you don't want like a loose diopter, but you don't want one that you can't adjust, right? So, other than it looks a little wonky from the side, just because these turrets are nice and short, and then you got this nice big parallax and illumination kind of sticking out the side. Feels great. Feels great. MSRP on these things I think is like $250. So, just from feel alone, obviously there's a whole performance side of this, of how does the glass look, shooting with it, how does it go shooting with it. This is hands down better than any other, low end hunting scope that you'd throw on, a hunt gun, right? It's inside the shop, right? I'm looking at a wall 10 feet away. And it's dark out, otherwise I would open it up and we'd go look outside. I mean, glass looks just as good as any other of their scopes. Reticle looks great. It's the same reticle, I think. Yeah, same reticle as as their their other optics, the SH4, the EP5, the not the EPL4s. Those have a different scope on it. But I'm curious for the toolless windage, or excuse me, the toolless turret adjustment, right? So this was finger tight, works good, comes unscrewed pretty easy, right? Here's the turret, pops off. All the machining looks good, all the splines. I mean, it all looks good in there. There's not necessarily anything that I'm specifically looking for. I'm just kind of looking, right? This is a new turret design for them, or at least the turret caps are new. So I'm just kind of curious to see what is all in here. So I'm just kind of curious. I'm just kind of jumping around and on the turret and seeing if I, set it back down, like, oh, this is my new 0. Set it back down, do all the markings line up with their dot, and they do. So there's the little dot down there, right, and it lines right up with that 2.8, I think it is. Yeah, 2.8. Yeah, I mean, so that their splines are lining up. That's good. The splines are lining up with the markings. That's good. 5.8 again. Let's try, or sorry, 4.8. Let's try 4.3. Lines up. Cool, right? Neato petito. So yeah, I'm gonna take this out. I mean, I'm really not worried about the glass whatsoever. I mean, I've never had any problems with their glass. Is it top tier glass? No, right? The most expensive optic is $650. Like, it's not going to be top tier glass, right? Still good glass, especially for the price point. There, it's extremely good glass. So, just looking, in the light here, artificial light, obviously, this looks just as good as the rest of their scopes, so I'm not really concerned about it. Yeah, next thing to do, I gotta stick it on a gun, and then I gotta go shoot it, and make sure that it shoots and tracks and stuff like that. But I can tell right now that these are gonna be listed on the website, no problem. So I need to update the website, and of course the price will be below whatever they have on their website. Oh, let's check the illumination. The battery goes. Wardrobe's falling apart. So I don't know. This is interesting. On all of the other scopes, only the. I'll show you this way. You're not going to really be able to see, but only this. I can't see what I'm doing. Center little crosshair right here, because obviously we have our main crosshair with our drop dots and windage dots, subtensions. but there's a smaller cross right here in the middle, and typically that is the only thing that's illuminated. And this, the entire reticle is illuminated. So I don't know if they changed that for this particular model, or if this might be a slight manufacturing defect and I'm a mess. I don't know. Anyways, and I don't know if it's a slight manufacturing defect that the whole reticle is illuminated. Sometimes there's kind of like splash over, if you will, right? Like parts of the reticle, of the etched reticle are being illuminated that necessarily didn't intend to be illuminated. That can happen with cheaper end scopes. So I don't know if that's what's happening here, or if they decided to change and, no, let's just illuminate the whole thing. I don't really care either way. It's still perfectly usable, and I'm excited to go shoot with it. This is most likely going on my wife's rifle, which is a the hell is it? I can't remember what it's called. I apologize, I'm having a complete blank here. Little 223 bolt action rifle. They don't make them anymore, which is a bummer because I really like the rifle. It's got a 60 degree throw. It's pretty sweet. But she had a crossfire on their prior piece of crap, and so I'm gonna put this on there, and so she can have some decent glass on it, and because she obviously doesn't shoot a whole lot, but when she does want to go out and shoot, then she is enabled with a better tool than what she had prior. So apparently I need to clean up here. There's shit all over the place. So anyways, first look at it. I'm excited. Wrong way. I'm excited to take this out, see how it looks in the daylight. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. And yeah, get this thing on a gun. Stay tuned and keep shooting.